Welcome to the February 2026 AUC Graduate Commencement. Congratulations to all of you on your hard work these past years. And to the parents, families, and friends here, thank you for supporting these graduates. There are two notes before we begin the ceremony. First, please silence all cell phones. Secondly, please stay seated for the entire duration of the ceremony and avoid disrupting your fellow guests as a sign of respect to the students graduating here today. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the ceremony. مرحبا بكم في حفل تخرج النصف السنوي لطلاب الدراسات العليا في الجامعة الأمريكية بالقاهرة. نهنئكم جميعاً على العمل المضني الذي بذلتموه طوال السنوات الماضية، ونتوجه بجزيل الشكر للآباء والعائلات والأصدقاء على الدعم الذي قدموه لهؤلاء الخريجين. قبل بدء مراسم الحفل، نرجو من سياداتكم إغلاق هواتفكم المحمولة والبقاء في مقاعدكم حتى نهاية الحفل كي نتمكن من الاستمتاع بالحفل معا. And now pleased to welcome President Ahmed Dalal to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Hani. Good evening. Families and friends of the graduating class, colleagues from the faculty and administration, and especially, of course, our dear students graduating today. Welcome to the American University in Cairo's February 2026 commencement ceremony. Graduates, I'll be saying this too many times tonight, but let me start by saying, on behalf of the entire AUC community, congratulations. This is when we clap. Today honors you. It honors the depth of inquiry, discipline, and purpose that brought you here. Over the past years, you refined habits that define graduate-level excellence. You learned to frame meaningful questions, to gather and interpret evidence, test hypotheses, revise assumptions, and move through uncertainty with rigor. You worked in labs, archives, classrooms, and communities. You learned to place your work within broader ethical, social, economic, and technological contexts, and to articulate why it matters. And you did this in a world marked by rapid change. Global economic volatility, environmental pressures, and advances in data science and artificial intelligence that are transforming research methods, expanding what we can model and design, while raising urgent questions about privacy, equity, and human dignity. Conflict, especially in our region, continues to produce deep humanitarian consequences. In Gaza, families are living with loss and displacement, and basic systems have been pushed beyond their limits. In Sudan, millions have been uprooted and face hunger, insecurity, and the collapse of essential services. Responding effectively requires careful, informed action. It calls for initiatives that address underlying conditions and draw on knowledge from across disciplines. As you've experienced, progress is built patiently. It grows through careful thinking, ethical judgment, empathy, and shared effort. It depends on our ability to connect different kinds of knowledge and to work collaboratively in support of one another. So let's start by honoring the people who helped you reach today. Graduates, please stand. Turn to your families, friends, and professors, and give them a round of applause. Thank you. Every candidate here has met rigorous academic standards set by the faculty. Tonight, we proudly confer PhDs on 7 students in applied sciences and 5 in engineering. We award master's degrees to 229 candidates across disciplines. We also thank students who contributed to this year's class gift. Graduates wearing the blue sash, please stand up for recognition. Thank you for giving back to your alma mater. As you take your seats, look at the chairs in front of you. Each carries a message from a proud alumni, parents, and friends. Through Share It Share, our community supports student scholarships and strengthens the bonds that define AUC. This culture of care is one of our greatest strengths. So let's pause to honor members of our community who we sadly lost in recent months. Together, we pay tribute to Dr. Ahmed Tahir, former assistant professor at the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Dr. Aida Nusair, librarian emerita, Dr. Hamdi Sakut, professor emeritus in the Sheikh Hassan Abbas Sharbutli Department of Arabic and Islamic Civilizations, Mr. Hassan Al-Ganaini, assistant director of IT System Support and Certification at the School of Continuing Education, Maria Salib, our junior student who majored in psychology, Dr. Salah Arafa, former professor at the Department of Physics, Ms. Salma Asim, graduate admission officer at the Office of the Dean of Graduate Studies, and Dr. Steven Stelzer, professor emeritus of philosophy. We pray for them and for their families, and we carry forward the integrity and generosity with which they work with others. They remind us that our work is also about responsibility, about what we build, who we lift, and the kind of community we choose to be. And this sense of responsibility is needed today. The most urgent work supporting communities, climate adaptation, public health, political stability, economic equity, digital ethics, this work does not live in silos. It emerges at intersections where technology meets ethics, where data meets public policy, where health meets inequality, and where culture shapes identity and access. Meeting these demands requires people who can connect methods across fields, integrate quantitative and qualitative insights, and pair technical knowledge with ethical clarity. Researchers who ask what decisions mean for the communities they affect. Scientific and technical fields give us powerful tools to analyze, to model, design, and build. But progress also depends on historical awareness, cultural understanding, philosophical reasoning, and social insight. Together, they help us understand context, anticipate consequences, and align discovery with human values, especially as technologies widen the reach of our decisions. Our region has known eras when knowledge advanced because scholars reached across fields, when science, philosophy, medicine, mathematics, and the arts informed one another. It is a legacy grounded in integration and openness. AUC is building for this purpose too. Just a short distance from here, the Technology Research and Innovation Lab is being developed as a hub that will bring research, teaching, and social needs into closer conversations. It is a space where technical expertise will meet human insight and where ideas will be tested rigorously, shaped through collaboration, and applied in service of our societies. Spaces matter when people use them with purpose. This responsibility belongs to all of us, especially to you. Whatever path you choose, whether you design systems, create and write, drive research, serve in public institutions, work in business, or contribute through civil society, you will help shape how knowledge circulates and how communities respond to change. So take your work seriously. Respect evidence and the standards that protect its integrity. Engage deeply with other disciplines. Consider the human impact of what you design, write, or defend. Use technology responsibly. Communicate with clarity and collaborate. And remember, you do not leave AUC today. You join a global network of alumni professionals, researchers, artists, educators, and public servants, all working across borders and disciplines. Wherever you go, carry with you the habits of inquiry, responsibility, and engagement that define this university. AUC will always be your home. Stay connected, share your journey and success stories, and be part of the future we are building together. Graduates of summer 2025, fall 2025, and winter 2026, we are so proud of you, and we are hopeful for the future you will help shape. Again, congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce our esteemed commencement speaker, Dr. Ahmed Farouk Ghoneim, distinguished economist, influential policy advisor, and now, most recently, the COO of the Grand Egyptian Museum. Dr. Ghoneim is a professor of economics at Cairo University and a research fellow at the Economic Research Forum. His scholarship has helped shape regional and global conversations on trade and development. He has published widely and advised international organizations, including the World Bank, the World Intellectual Property Organization, UNDP, and the Arab League. He has also advised Egypt's ministers of trade and industry on foreign trade and international agreements. He brings decades of experience bridging research, policy, and cultural leadership. He previously served as Egypt's cultural counselor in Germany, Austria, and 10 other countries, strengthening academic ties and advancing Egypt's educational diplomacy. From 2020 to 2024, he served as the first COO of the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. Across these roles, Dr. Ghoneim has shown how rigorous research and public purpose can strengthen institutions, economies, and cultural heritage. His career embodies the impact that interdisciplinary and applied knowledge can have, nationally and internationally. We are honored to have Dr. Ghoneim at AUC this evening, so please join me in welcoming Dr. Ahmed Farouk Ghoneim to deliver our commencement address.
Dear graduates, distinguished faculty, families, and honored guests, good evening. It's a privilege to stand before you today at this important milestone in your lives. Graduation is not simply the completion of a degree. It is rather a transition from structured learning to self-directed purpose. Today marks both an achievement and a beginning. Today you graduate in a world that's changing rapidly. Economic uncertainty, technological transformations, and global challenges demand more than a technical expertise. They demand critical thinking, adaptability, and a commitment to long-term solutions. Your education has prepared you to analyze problems. Your responsibility now is to help solve them. When I was fresh graduate, I could not have predicted the path ahead. If someone had told me years ago that I would only one day serve as the CEO of the Grand Egyptian Museum, the GEM, I would not have imagined it. My journey began in economics and academia, focusing on trade policy and development. Over time, that path expanded into public policy, advisory roles with international organizations, diplomatic responsibilities, and eventually leadership positions in national institutions. None of these steps followed a straight line, and none were disconnected from the others. One of the most important lessons I have learned is that shifting careers is always an option. It is never too late to take a new role or to explore a different direction. What you accumulate over time in terms of knowledge, experience, and connections is never wasted. Knowledge is not fragmented, it is rather accumulative and connected. Economics connects to politics. Politics connects to culture. Culture connects to business. Business connects back to development and policy. These elements form an ecosystem. When you move from one field to another, you are not starting from zero. You're carrying forward insight, perspective, and relationships that continue to add value. The world does not operate in silos, and neither should your thinking or your ambitions. Let me ask you this. 10 years from now, what will define your career? Will it be the title you hold or the impact you create? Titles change, roles evolve. So what remains is the impact you leave. Reputation and legacy survive forever. When people hear the title CEO, they might imagine a single function or a defined authority. In reality, it means wearing many hats. On some days you deal with media, on others, foreign affairs or policy discussions. There are moments that require financial oversight, moments that require managing stakeholders, and moments that require careful internal leadership. The role demands balance, constant learning, and the ability to move between different worlds without losing focus. More importantly, it requires humility. No institution is shaped by one person. Colleagues challenge you, teams strengthen you, and younger generation often remind you why the work matters. Your accumulated experience depends not only on what you know, but on where you are and who you work alongside. At the GEM, or rather, as I often describe it, the Museum of Museums, or the gem of the museums, our responsibility is not only to preserve artifacts, it is to ensure that heritage remains meaningful today and relevant tomorrow. It is to connect history with education, innovation, tourism, diplomacy, and sustainable growth. That responsibility reflects a border principle that applies across every field represented here today. Knowledge must move beyond theory. It must translate into action. Institutional excellence is not built through vision statements alone. They are built through disciplined thinking, evidence-based decisions, collaboration, and long-term perspective. Members of the class of 2026, you carry more than a degree. You carry the ability to question assumptions, to analyze complexity, and to approach challenges with a global perspective. Education does not end today. It evolves. You may change roles, you may change fields or sectors, you may find yourself in positions you never anticipated. Do not fear that evolution. Accumulated knowledge grows over time, and connections between experiences often become clear only in hindsight. Leadership is not defined by position. It is defined by responsibility. Responsibility to apply what you know. Responsibility to strengthen the institutions you join. Responsibility to contribute thoughtfully to the society and serve. Perhaps one day you will look back and say, I never imagined I would be here. This is not uncertainty, it is possibility. Congratulations to the class of 2026, and thank you. All the best.
Dr. Ahmed Ghoneim, thank you very much for the inspiring words. and I'm very pleased to introduce or call to the stage Ahmed Yehia Hegazy, who graduated with a degree of Master of Business Administration and who will bring a message from the graduating class.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry. President Dalal, members of the AUC community, distinguished guests, and proud families, and my fellow graduates of Class of Fall 2025. Standing here today is a moment I was once told I would never reach. There was a time when my future seemed clear, almost guaranteed. And then, in a single moment, everything changed. I was totally paralyzed. My body stopped responding, my independence vanished, and the life I knew disappeared. What followed was not a single dramatic fall, but a long season of pain, silence, and loss. Dreams faded, identity cracked. The boy who once believed the world was wide open suddenly faced walls everywhere. I fell more times than I can count. Some days, I could not move forward. Some days, I did not believe I ever would. But slowly, through failure, disappointment, and fear, I made the same decision again and again, to rise one more time. I kept saying to myself, Ahmed, let's try one more time. Just one, only one. Until eventually, I stood again, independently, with a permanent disability, but with a spirit that refused to surrender. That journey taught me a truth I will carry for life. We are not defined by what breaks us, but by what we choose to build afterward. I rebuilt my life, and I built my own business from the ground up. Like many of you, I learned through mistakes, pressure, and uncertainty. But experience alone teaches survival, not vision. I knew I needed a deeper understanding on how to lead responsibly and turn challenges into opportunities. That is why I came to AUC, and specifically to the MBA program at Onsi Sawiris School of Business. AUC did not ask what I could not do. Instead, it asked, how can we pave the way for you to excel? I was invited to share my limitations, not to be defined by them, but to be supported beyond them. For me, AUC became more than a university, became my safe place. Here, my graduate studies reshaped my mind. The MBA taught me how to slow down, analyze deeply, challenge assumptions, and make decisions grounded in strategy, ethics, and long-term value. We learned that setbacks are not failures, but signals, opportunities to rethink, adapt, and grow. The university never lowered its expectations of me. Because of that trust, I was honored to receive the university fellowship and the opportunity to represent AUC during 2 semesters abroad in France and Austria. These experiences did not just broaden my perspective, they solidified my plan to lead an organization that values difference and drive impact across Egypt and beyond. Looking ahead, my hopes are rooted in the lessons I learned here. My plan is to expand my business into a model of inclusive leadership, proving that physical limitations do not limit professional excellence. I hope to mentor the next generation of Egyptian entrepreneurs who face their own walls, ensuring they have the strategic tools to break through them. AUC's role in our region is unique. It is a place where individuals are not reduced to labels, but lifted by possibility. It has taught us that leadership is not about authority, it's about empathy and purpose. At this moment, we want to honor the people who accepted us as we are, without conditions, without hesitation, and without judgment. Their unconditional love has been the light that made our path clear and the fuel that kept us moving forward. Behind every graduate in this hall stands a family who believed in us, sacrificed for us, and kept us standing when the path was unclear. To my wife, my true partner in life, thank you. Thank you for believing in me when I could not believe in myself. To my children, you are my reason to rise every day. To my mother, sister, and brother, thank you for never letting me walk alone. And to my father, who is not with us today, but whose voice still guides me every day. I know you wish to be here. This moment is yours. To the AUC professors, thank you for teaching us and for not only shaping our minds, but shaping the values we carry forward. Finally, to my fellow graduates, every one of us arrives here carrying stories that the stage does not show. Moments of doubt, sleepless nights, setbacks, and private battles that no transcript record. And it is precisely because of those unseen moments I speak to you today with hope. If you ever feel lost, remember this. What feels like the end is often the place where strength quietly begins. Our degrees are not endings, they are promises. Promises to rise, even when the path is uncertain. Promises to lead with courage, conscience, and the truth. Promises to turn our struggles into strength and our success into service. I was once told I could never stand again. Today, I stand here with you. Let us go out and prove that what breaks us does not define us. It is simply the ground upon which we build our greatest achievements. Congratulations to the AUC class of fall 2025. Let's get to work.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, for these very inspiring words. And now we'd like to present 4 graduate student awards. The first one is the Fadl Asabghi Endowed Award for Scholarly Excellence, which was established in September 2016 in memory of the cherished AUC faculty member Fadl Asabghi, late professor of physics, dean of the School of Sciences and Engineering, and founding director of the Yusuf Jamil Science and Technology Research Center. Professor Asabghi made significant contributions to AUC's scholarly and student lives, leaving behind a legacy of commitment, engagement, and excellence. The award recognizes and honors an AUC graduate student for their outstanding thesis work in a science discipline. This year's winner is Alia Abdel Fattah Mohammed El Husseini. Her thesis is titled Leveraging Data in Public Health Research, AI-driven Polypharmacy Risk Prediction in the Elderly and Genetic Insights into Parkinson's Disease. She was supervised by Dr. Mohammed Salama, Professor of Neuroscience at the Institute of Global Health and Human Ecology. Mrs. El Husseini earned her master's degree in science in global public health in June 2025, and she's here with us today. Thank you. Congratulations. The second award is the Midhat Haroon Award for Scholarly Excellence. It is the Midhat Haroon Endowed Award for Scholarly Excellence was established in September 2016 as well in memory of cherished AUC faculty member Midhat Haroon, late professor of construction engineering, also dean of the School of Science and Engineering, and AUC provost. Professor Haroon made significant contributions to AUC scholarly and student lives, leaving behind a legacy of commitment, engagement, and excellence. The award recognizes and honors an AUC graduate student for their outstanding thesis work in an engineering discipline. This year's winner is Abdullah Mahmoud Al-Khayyat. His thesis is titled Mechanical Characterization and Modeling of Rat Myocardia under the Influence of Epirubicin. He was supervised by Dr. Mohammed Badran, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering, and Dr. Khalil Al-Khudari, Professor of Mechanical Engineering. Mr. Khayyat is with us today, and he's graduating tonight with a Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Congratulations. The next award is the Muhammad bin Abdul Karim Al-Lahdan Endowed Graduate Award, established by the late Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Karim Al-Lahdan to recognize a science or engineering graduate student who demonstrated excellence in their studies and who has the best publication record in the graduating class. This year's winner is Lujain Gamal Ahmed Muhammad, who is graduating tonight with a Master of Science in Nanotechnology. She's getting her award in absentia. The final award is the Dr. Mona Abaza Endowed Award, established by friends and family to honor the memory of Dr. Mona Abaza, who is an AUC alum and a professor of sociology. The award recognizes and honors an AUC graduate student for their outstanding thesis work in a topic in the critical social sciences and humanities. The year's winner is Bahi Ashraf Shukri Musbih. His thesis is titled Ethical Communities, Care Practices, and Social Crisis. It was supervised by Dr. Manuel Schwab, Assistant Professor of Sociology. Mr. Musbih is graduating with us today with a Master of Arts in Sociology Anthropology. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, on behalf of the university faculty, I now present our candidates for the PhDs in Applied Sciences and Engineering. Each of these candidates passed a comprehensive examination and successfully presented and defended his or her research thesis. Dr. Lutfi Gafar, Dean of the School of Sciences and Engineering, will come forward for the holding of the candidates. Manar Zaki, Registrar, will call the names of the candidates who are present to receive their PhD degrees. The other candidates listed in the program will receive their degrees in absentia. We remind the graduates that you are to remain in your seats until the last graduate has received their degrees as a matter of respect to you for your classmates.
For the degree of Doctorate of Philosophy in Applied Sciences, Aya Abdessalam Mahmoud Galal. Hazem Mohsen Badawi. مروة عاطف زهرة. أمنية محمود عبد الرحيم. سلمى أحمد فاهم. سارة سامي أبو ذكري. For the degree of Doctorate of Philosophy in Engineering, Ahmed Yehia Hegazy. محمود محمد البسيوني. مصطفى مدحت عوض. نانسي عبد المنعم إبراهيم علي صقر. ياسمين عبد الرحمن الحكيم.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, on behalf of the university faculty, I now present the candidates from the ONSI Sawiris School of Business for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of International Management, SIMS, and Master of Science. Each candidate has completed the rigorous requirements of the master's degrees prescribed by the faculty. Dr. Sharif Kamel, Dean of the ONSI Sawiris School of Business, will come forward for the holding of the candidates. The registrar will call the names of the candidates who are present to receive their degrees. The other candidates listed in the program will receive their degrees in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Economics, Al-Hussein Muhammad Muwafi. فريدة خالد قطب. فراس عبد الواسع المخلافي. مريم أحمد الطاهر. شذا عمرو حسين. For the degree of Master of Arts in Economics and International Development, Islam Saeed Salam. تسنيم محمد حازم ماضي. For the degree of Executive Master of Business Administration, Muhammad Suwailam. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Ahmed Muhammad Qasim. أحمد السيد الشافعي. أحمد يحيى حجازي. علياء رشاد حسني. بسمة لؤي بدر. باسم ميشيل ميخائيل. فادي نادر شكري. حسن أشرف عبد الباقي. كيرولوس وجيه السبربيهي. مها طارق اليطفتي. محمود عمرو الصيام. مريان مجدي توفيق. ميار معتز عبد الرحمن. ميرنا عادل يوسف. معز محمود المصري. محمد عبد المجيد التهامي. مصطفى ليثي. نورة جلال أسعد. رغدة بركات. رامي محمد فاروق. رامي الغندور. شهدان عادل نجيب. يوسف خالد العشماوي. يوسف خالد بدر. يوسف سليم بشارة. For the degree of Master in International Management, علي محمد عبد السلام. شهاب أحمد شرف. زينة محمد حسني عباس. For the degree of Master of Science in Finance, عبد الرحمن ناصر المريا. إبراهيم عيد إبراهيم أحمد. نورهان ناصر سعيد. تولين محمد البستاني. ياسمين محمد سودان.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, on behalf of the university faculty, I now present our candidates from the School of Global Affairs and Public Policy for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Global Affairs, Master of Laws in International and Comparative Law, Master of Public Administration, and Master of Public Policy. Each candidate has completed the rigorous requirements for the master's degrees prescribed by the faculty. Dr. Noha El-Mikkawi, Dean of the School of Global Affairs and Public Policy, will come forward for the holding of the candidates. The registrar will call the names of the candidates who are present to receive their degrees. The other candidates listed in the program will receive their degrees in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Arts in International Human Rights Law, Mariam Aidel Masoud. رنا رضا وهبة. For the degree of Master of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication, Angie Yasser El-Gharabli. دانيا محمد العكاوي. ماهي محمد شكري. مريم أشرف أسعد. ميليسيا عماد اسكندر. ندى حسام المغربي. For the degree of Master of Arts in Middle East Studies, Abigail Mary Flynn. مريم ماهر رزق. For the degree of Master of Arts in Migration and Refugee Studies, Raya Hamoud Al-Hussein. Sajida Ahmed Togan. For the degree of Master of Arts in Television and Digital Journalism, Alaa El-Mahdi Badra. Arseni Sinout Shinouda. Bianca Carrera Esprio. هدير علي محمد. حنين نبيل صدقي. هند محمد الهلالي. جوي هاني نان. ندى محمود روزا. نادية يسري عبد الشافي. نور وائل محمد. ريمان أشرف مختار. ياسمين نبيل حمدي. زينة محمد قاسم. For the degree of Master of Global Affairs, آلاء مصطفى إبراهيم. باسم سامي رمزي. دارين هاني. دينا وهدان البعلي. إياد طارق حجازي. مريم علاء الدين البرنس. ناهد أحمد خليفة. سلمى هشام حبيب. يارا أحمد النارش. For the degree of Master of Laws in International and Comparative Law, أحمد عبد النبي عبد المطلب. علياء رياض. أسماء الملكي. إيمان حسين. إسراء سعد عبد الله. مريان عيسى فهمي سيدهم. محمد ضياء مالك. عمر حسام عوف. رشا أحمد بغدادي. سيد جمال بطران. سهام محمود السبروت. For the degree of Master of Public Administration, Ahmed Izzeddin Mohammed Abdelal. أمل جمال قلدس. آية حلمي حمادة. مروة محمد الغباشي. مينا ماجد غالي. ميرنا مجدي صالح. رنا عماد كمالي. ريناد أحمد أنور. رولان حامد عيسى. وليد وجدي الديب. For the degree of Master of Public Policy, Amira Ahmed Fikri. إيمان أشرف عبد الله. فرح أمجد زايد. حبيبة كحيل. همسة محمد إبراهيم. لبنى فوزي شاهين. ملك أحمد السعيد. منة طلة أحمد زايد. محمد أشرف كمال. وعد محمد حجازي. زينب حسني.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, on behalf of the university faculty, I now present our candidates from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences for the degrees of Master of Arts. Each candidate has completed the rigorous requirements for the master's degrees prescribed by the faculty. Dr. John Miloy, Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, will come forward for the holding of the candidates. The registrar will call the names of the candidates who are present to receive the degrees. The other candidates listed in the program will receive their degrees in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Arabic Studies, Nihal Hani Shami. ولاء كمال كامل. يمنى فؤاد موسى. For the degree of Master of Arts in Community Psychology, Lina أسامة علام. نهلة صالح أحمد الحراتي. For the degree of Master of Arts in Educational Leadership, إيمان حمادة فودة. سلمى محمد الشرقاوي. سيلفانا الفكهاني. For the degree of Master of Arts in Egyptology and Coptology, Yanyao Chen. For the degree of Master of Arts in Gender and Women's Studies, Hannah Muhammad Khairi. Naima Al-Dams. Nada Muhammad Hassan. Naima El-Dams. Norma Majdi Nasser Ad-Din. For the degree of Master of Arts in International and Comparative Education, Iman Kamal سارة سامح شكري جندي. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy, ماريا جاد الرب الشنودة نخلة. رشا عصام حسنين. For the degree of Master of Arts in Political Science, أمينة أغا الأنصو. دنيا عصام جلال إبراهيم. قيصر أبو قورة. فيكتوريا بيرغ هيجن. For the degree of Master of Arts in Sociology Anthropology, عمرو السيد الشافعي. باهي أشرف. دينا إبراهيم علي محمود حسن. فريدة جوهر. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching Arabic as a Foreign Language, ضحى محمد أحمد. فتحية رفقي عبد الوهاب. نهال محمد الجميل. For the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, علي سيد عبد الله. دينا مصطفى العايق. مريم مصطفى عارف.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, on behalf of the university faculty, I now present to you our candidates from the School of Sciences and Engineering for the degrees of Master in Computing, Master of Science, and Master of Global Public Health. Each candidate has completed the rigorous requirements for the master's degrees prescribed by the faculty. Dr. Lotfi Gafar, Dean of the School of Sciences and Engineering, will come forward for the holding of the candidates. The registrar will call for the names of the candidates who are present to receive their degrees. The other candidates listed in the program will receive their degrees in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Science in Architecture, Sara Negi Shawqi. Yara Ahmed Walid Fahmi. يسر سمير راغب. For the degree of Master of Science in Biotechnology, بسمة محمد طارق عبد اللطيف. نهى محمد عبد العال. نورة عبد الصمد عثمان. رنا محمد عبد العال. رؤى عارف نوح. For the degree of Master of Science in Chemistry, Loreen Khalid Yusri. شهدان هشام عبد الكريم. For the degree of Master of Science in Computer Science, عبد الرحمن وائل هلالي. مريم أحمد محمد يسري داوود. محمد إبراهيم هاني سالم إبراهيم. For the degree of Master of Science in Construction Engineering, عبد العظيم أسامة هاشم. أندرو نجيب إبراهيم. باسل حربي عبد الشهيد. حبيبة مهدي محمد. هادي عبد التواب هليل عبد التواب. هنا معتز طلبة. هدى محمد الشامي. كريم طارق عبد الهادي. نهال صلاح نظير أحمد علوي. عمر مجدي يوسف. رنيم محمد عبد الغني. ريم جمال الدين خليل. سلمى خالد النعاس. سيف الدين أحمد أبو علوي. يمنى عبد الرؤوف زغلول. زياد محمد غيط. For the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Engineering, George Ashraf Ivram. ليلى أسامة عبد السلام. For the degree of Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Abdallah Mahmoud Al-Khayyat. خلود محمد منصور. سميحة محمد صادق أحمد. For the degree of Master of Science in Nanotechnology, جود ماجد لبابيدي. For the degree of Master of Science in Petroleum Engineering, محمود أحمد السجيني. مصطفى أحمد محمد صبحي. For the degree of Master of Science in Physics, Nadine Mohammed Khalid. وليد عمرو حسين زاهر. For the degree of Master of Science in Robotics, Control and Smart Systems, إيمان خالد حواس. هادي أحمد فرحات. For the degree of Master of Science in Sustainable Development, رفيق يني جرس. شادن شهاب الدين عطية. طه أحمد مدي. For the degree of Master in Computing, Lamia Omar Babrahim. For the degree of Master of Global Public Health, Ayan Musa Muhammad. إسراء محمد قنصوة. هدير نجيب عطلة. لينا محمد عزت عبد الموجود. ميرنا عمرو صالح. محمد سيد عبد القادر. نوران جمال نونو. نور السرساوي. and نورة حلمي سعدة.
Just a couple of minutes. We'll wait until everyone is seated. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer on you the degrees of Doctorate of Philosophy, Masters of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Executive Master of Business Administration, Master in International Management, CEMS, Master of Global Affairs, Master in Computing, Master of Global Public Health, Master of Laws, Master of Public Administration, Master of Public Policy, and Master of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Mabruk.
Congratulations to the graduates of February 2026. So the AUC song has been a long-standing part of our commencement ceremonies. Today's rendition is performed by the Cairo Choral Society, an organization affiliated to the Department of the Arts at AUC, and recorded and edited by Ahmed Rifai, a graduate of our music technology program. So I'll invite you to graduates to stand up and join the singing of the AUC song. The lyrics will be coming out on the screens.
Raise our voices now
And now, the formal festivities are concluded. Congratulations to the graduates and their families. We are proud of you all, and we look forward to your great success. Redeem the investment that your families and AUC have made in you, and you will help to build a peaceful, prosperous, just, and sustainable world. We wish you the best of everything. We would like to remind you to please remain seated until the procession leaves this venue. Thank you.